the sharing. Let me know if it is hard to means it is hardly audible.
It's audible, but your voice is very much.
There's too much noise. That can be the reason of of the speaker I'm using today. Just wait for and then to figure on. Just wait 2 minutes. Is it the same scenario now? Hello, am I audible?
Sir, you are audible, but so much of noise is there, sir.
Yes, I can understand. Just now let me disconnect and reconnect. This may be due to the network issue because I have too much weak network here. Let me disconnect and get reconnected again. If it is still there, and if it is still very much hardly audible, then I have nothing to. We have nothing else to do. We have to shift it on Saturday, maybe.
Sir, we can go.
हाँ बोलो.
Sir, it's fine. We can go.
Okay. So today, what we are going to study is about
Sir, before that, what did you say in the
pointers.
beginning, sir? So, what did you say in the beginning about
Okay.
quiz or something like
My
that?
target. Okay, quiz is this Sunday. Just this and Saturday from
Sir, just type
10
in
to
chat
10:30 a.m.
box.
There will be. Okay. Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 10:30 a.m. quiz. Okay.
Sir, is 10:30
And same. Huh? Excuse me. Write in chat box.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. The dates. Eventually, I'll in fact post it in the general groups as well. September, right? So Saturday and Sunday is 11/09/2021, 12/09/2021, Okay, this Saturday you have another quiz from 10:30 and CP Lab quiz from 10 to 11. Okay, okay. So you can shift from 12 to 1, 12 to 12:30. Are you free then? 12 to 12:30?
सर कुछ कर नहीं सकते क्योंकि सर अभी सर शायद मैथ का भी होगा सर उस वक्त में तो शायद टाइम चेंज हो सकता है मैथ का
मैथ्स का भी हो सकता है।
यस मैथ का भी हो सकता है ना
उसका उसका अभी तक फाइनल
नहीं सर आज क्लास होगा मैथ का तो उस वक्त सर बता सकते क्योंकि एक ग्रुप का
अभी
मैथ
तक
एक ग्रुप का मैथ का क्विज हो रहा है सर इसलिए शायद मे भी साथ होता है तो साथ में हो सकता
सर मतलब उसका टाइमिंग साइड है सर मैथ्स वाले का।
उसका टाइमिंग अभी तक फिक्स हुआ नहीं ना मैथ क्लास का?
उसका
हाँ
फिक्स
सर
रहता है
मैथ
उसका फिक्स रहता है
सर उस दिन होना है, डेट फिक्स है लेकिन उस दिन टाइमिंग नहीं फिक्स है।
तो अगर टाइमिंग नहीं फिक्स है तो काइंडली आप उसका टाइमिंग तो अभी तक फिक्स नहीं हुआ है। ओके, तो आप काइंडली उस कॉरेस्पॉन्डिंग सर को कहिएगा कि 12 टू 12:30 से के अलावा और किसी टाइम में। हाँ
Sir, actually, we used to have the maths quiz at the same time at 10:30.
then that's Sunday all the quiz you will also have 3 hours class on Sunday. You will take all the quiz on that Sunday. 2 quizzes.
Okay, sir, that's fine.
That's fine. Or we can shift the time on Saturday at 2 to 2:30 as well.
Okay, sir,
Which
that slot is till now.
that slot is free as well, right? So
Yes, sir.
Saturday, um, 11/09/2021. That's from 2 to 2:30. Okay. Sunday, 12/09/2021 from 10 to 10:30 a.m. Okay. Then next Saturday will be 18th. So 18/09. By that time our syllabus will be done. No, I do not mean 4 quizzes. Another quiz will be on one of your class days when our syllabus will be done. Our syllabus will be done within next week. One of your class days, in one of your class days, I'll take that half an hour for quiz. But
Sir,
that is still undecided. But as
sir, my question is, in the next week you will be taking class?
yes, I'll be taking class because yes, 10th is the last day for classes. Yes, I know that. But the fact is, in the next week, you only have labs at your lab timings, not other timings, right? So, do you have any problem in doing classes in the next week?
So we have vivas in our next week.
Okay, but those vivas are lab vivas, and they will happen during the lab timings, isn't it?
Yes, yes, sir. Till now we haven't got any schedule, but CP ma'am told us about the viva.
Yes, that there will be lab vivas, not theory vivas. Theory vivas will happen after written exam. Okay, so in the next week.
सर देयर विल बी नो
After
रिटन
10th?
एग्जाम्स ना।
Are you sure about that? Have you got any notice about that?
Sir, in
No, sir.
one of the mail came, sir. So we asked one of the sir and Sony sir. He said that it is confirmed that there will be no written exam.
Okay, in that case,
So like,
maybe.
Sir,
Bolo.
from institute also some mail came, sir. In that it is written that no written exam, only Viva will be taken for 30 marks.
Yes, sir. It is actually posted on official group of workshop subject for F2J groups. They posted, SAR posted it, sir. Like it is the exam schedule released by exam cell.
Okay, then we have not till now, not all faculties, maybe someone is who is already assigned at the exam cells and so on. They know these news, but not all faculties, not general faculties do not know these news at till now. So uh, in that case, okay, then obviously there will be no written. Okay, but at least as I have not got any official mail till now, I'll consider that even even if there is no written, even there will be viva at least. So there can be written, there may not be written. At least we have not got any official mail till now. If you have received any such official mail, then that's fine. So in that case, only viva will be there, and if only viva is there, then remember that during the viva, uh, I can ask some deep thinking questions. Okay, if there is no written exam. Is that clear? Whatever I said, you will have them practice during your quizzes as well. Is my voice audible to you?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So
Sir, deep thinking means what type of questions?
suppose if I write something like int x is equal to 0, y is equal to 5, x and y,
Sir, you are not
x
sharing
plus
your
plus
screen.
y minus
I
5.
mean board.
Okay. In fact, I'm sharing my screen.
I mean, sir, whiteboard.
Is it visible? No. Is it my screen visible to you?
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Is my screen now visible to you? Is
Yes,
one not visible?
Yes, sir.
now visible,
Yes, sir.
sir.
Yes,
Visible.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Visible.
Okay. Now, how many times this loop is going to run?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me how many times this loop is going to run?
Sir.
Anyone?
6 times.
This loop will not execute.
Sir, 0.
X is 0 means 0
X is
0
zero, sir.
0 and y so X
Yeah,
and
got it.
y will give you for execute. Think. You will have to think it during Viva. Bolo. You got this?
Yes, sir, we got it.
Sir, please explain once again.
Okay. See, X is 0 and y. This is my initialization condition. After initialization, X and Y. What will be the result of X and Y? If you do the simple binary AND, with X is equal to 0 and Y is 5, so that is say 1 0 1. What will be their binary AND? That is 0. Yes, their binary AND is 0, and 0 means false. So this condition is true or false? False.
False, sir.
And if this condition is false, will this for loop execute? This
No, sir.
this condition is false the very first time. So this will not execute. This will execute 0 number of times. Okay. Think this one. And this loop will execute. Remember, I told you one that initializer. You can write any statement here. It is not necessary that this will initialize some variable here, but this will execute exactly once. Right. Now think about this. If you write like this, there is a completely valid for loop. Okay, there is a completely valid for loop because this is an expression. This will work as initializer.
Sir,
That
what
will
is
make
that
x
x
to
is
0.
equal to? Sir, what is that x is equal to?
X is 1 here.
Please repeat, sir.
Okay, so the initial x is 1. This is 1.
Oh, okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So minus minus x, this will execute exactly once, only once, right? Am I audible? This will execute exactly once. X to 0. After execute, this will be true or false?
False.
Anyone? False. So this for loop will not execute as well. Got it? You got the
No,
idea?
sir.
Yes,
Did
sir.
not get, sir. Did not get, sir.
Okay. See. Let me write this again. For minus minus x, x minus minus. What will happen? Tell me, first. Anyone? What will happen step by step?
Sir, the initial condition is
X
0.
is initialized with 1. So initial condition makes x to 0. Initial condition, this is the initializer, and that gets executed once. So this will make x to 0. Right? Is it clear
Yes.
till now?
Yes, sir.
Now if this means x to 0, this will become false.
Yes,
Right?
sir. Yes, sir.
So if this is false, will this for loop execute? No.
No.
So this for loop will not execute any time as well.
Yes, sir. It will
Whereas,
not
if I write x is equal to 5, you don't need to count. See that, understand the trick. Minus minus x, this will execute only once. So it will make x is equal to 4. Think about it carefully. It will make x is equal to 4.
Yes, sir.
X is true, so 1. Then x will become 3, still non-zero, so 2. Then x is 2, right? So 3. Then x becomes 1, still non-zero, so 4. And then x becomes 0. This condition is false, so it executes 4 number of times. With the value it started with x equal to 4, so it executes 4 number of times. Is it clear?
Clear, sir.
Okay. Now tell me, how many times this loop will execute? Plus plus x semicolon, x minus minus. Anyone? Without counting.
Actually, sir, your screen is lagging, so it will take some time.
Okay.
Sir, infinite times.
Sir, infinite loop, sir.
No, this is not infinite loop.
But
How can this be an infinite loop?
Sir, 6
Yes,
times.
6 times.
6 times, sir.
Yes, 6 times. Yes, because x is equal to 5. This line is making x to 6. Right? this line is making x to 6. So every time, so eventually this is going to x minus minus, so this is going to run from 6 to 0. So it will run 6 times. In fact, this will run 6 to 1. Whenever it will go to 0, it will break out of the loop. So 6 to 1, how many times it becomes? 6 times. Is the logic clear?
Yes, sir.
But sir,
Okay.
sir, why? How can it go to 0? Because there is a plus plus x there and x minus minus.
See, this is
Firstly,
initializer. This will execute on.
Oh,
First
okay,
time
sir.
this will execute only once. This is initializer part.
Right,
Then it
sir.
will go to condition. Then there. So this loop will execute. So it will come from 6 back to 1. Then when 1 will become 0, it will come out of the loop. This will execute only once. That is the trick. Okay.
Perfect.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Now. How many times this loop will execute? Think. हाँ बोलो. This one.
Sir, infinite.
Infinite.
Sir, infinite loop, sir.
Infinite.
Yes, this is not infinite loop. Good.
Sir, not infinite, sir.
Yes. For the quantum mechanics of why it is infinite, let me tell you. Minus x makes x equal to minus 1, right? Non-zero, so this is true. Now, is it incrementing? So it will become minus 1, minus 2, minus 3, and never 0. Is it clear whatever I said? It starts from minus 1 because initializer part makes it minus 1. This one is true. It executes. From minus 1, it executes, then it becomes minus 2, then it becomes minus 3, then it becomes minus 4, so on and on. It will never become 0 again because it is decrementing at each step. Is it clear why it is infinite loop?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take such tricky cases and think.
Excuse me, sir. So that last step when we are applying it is applied at the last of the loop. You know, like that minus minus x, then x, and then x minus minus. So first, sir, when x is initialized to 1, सबसे पहले वो 0 होगा, फिर उसके बाद वो इंक्रीमेंट होके 1 होगा.
Which one?
सर यहाँ पे x is equal to 1 है, तो पहले इसको डिक्रीमेंट करेंगे तो वो 0 आएगा, तो फिर पहले इसकी कंडीशन तब चेक होती है कि बाद में चेक होती है?
पहले डिक्रीमेंट करने के बाद फिर चेक होगा कंडीशन. Okay. See, let me write this. Suppose for initializer, then the condition, then the option. Okay. This initialization will execute only once. I will execute once. Then it will come to the condition. If condition is true, this loop will execute. After executing this loop, then it will go to the updation. After updation to the condition. So it will remain in this loop as long as the condition is true. It will never go to the never go to the initialization again. After initialization, then condition, then loop, then updation, then condition, and so on. Okay. So think about these tricky cases. Practice with them. Okay. So let me discuss about pointer.
Sir, before pointer, what about strings and arrays?
I'll first discuss pointer, then I'll go to array.
Okay, sir. Perfect.
Okay. Pointer represents address of a variable. That means, see, suppose I have int a, suppose its value is 12. It is somewhere inside the memory. This variable a is here, and if this contains the value 12 here. Now, the operator ampersand. Ampersand is called the address of operator. So, ampersand any variable a, this will give the address of p, address of a. This will give the address of a. Ampersand any variable will give you the address of that particular variable. Okay, let me show this at first. Suppose I am writing int a is equal to 12, and then I am just printing out. See, on a 64-bit machine, address will also be of 64-bit. On a 64-bit machine, which in fact is any machine at least sold in the last 10 years, they are all 64-bit machines. On a 64-bit machine's address is 64 bits, and on a 32-bit machine the addresses are 32 bits. So percent %l. Now I want to print the hexadecimal because like print addresses in hexadecimal, so x and ampersand a. So this will print the address of the variable a, at which address the variable a is present. And as you can see, this is the address. This obviously every time you run addresses, because it does not it is now out of the memory. If you start executing it, operating system will bring it back into memory. This time operating system can bring it to some different regions of, and you'll see different addresses. Okay. Now, how to keep this address within a variable? For that, the corresponding representation is int star p ampersand a. Now, what star in fact represents? Star represents level of the pointer. You can hear about different terminologies, but let me use a bit easier terminology so that you can understand. Level of the pointer means, see, any variable without star is a direct normal variable. Okay. Now, if I use a star in front of something, that means p point to a normal variable. Pointer opposite. What does it mean is that P points to some integer type of variable. So what int star P means? Means P holds the address of a variable, or the P holds the address of an integer variable. Remember, by this line, I am not saying of what type P itself is. P itself is always address. So, if you have some variable is equal to A, and if you write character %C, this does not mean that Q is always address. That's a story here. What it means that Q is pointing to a character type. Okay, so that means the address Q is holding, that address is some character variable address, right? So also print this same thing in this manner. Right? Again, you will get the address of A, nothing more than that. P is a P itself is a variable. This is a pointer variable, but P itself is a variable as well. It is not direct normal variable. Like that means it is holding the value directly. It is holding address. Now suppose A is that address. I am considering is a P is not the address of A. That's why when you're going to print the value of P, eventually what you're printing is address of A. So always remember, value of P is equivalent to the address of A. Right? Is it clear till now? What can you do? What can you do with pointers? Firstly, think about the pointer arithmetic. What happens when you do some arithmetic operation on a pointer? Suppose I have int A is equal to 12. Now I'm taking two variables, B is equal to 15. And first of all, let me print them, print their address. We'll understand one thing. A is 12, B is 15. And suppose I'm taking two pointers. P is holding the address of A and Q is holding the address of B. And let me print them. Right? Now, observe that. If you can observe this, is it visible to you? A bit. Now see, this is the address of A, this is the address of B. And one thing, they are exactly 4 bytes apart. And A is at higher address. That means the output that you have seen, A is at this address and B is at this. Value of A that we got is I'm taking only the last 4 digits, A0FC and A0F8. Huh, bolo.
Sir, what is this LLX, sir? Hello?
LL means long.
X.
Huh. I am saying this. It means long. Now I have shown you that you see long integers, right? This is for long int. In decimal, in fact, D stands for decimal. Percent LLX long. Again, this is, but this is in hexadecimal. Hexadecimal. Similarly, LLO. Again, this is long int, but this is in octal. There is not proof on the LL or something like that. If you take any value, say, suppose, let me write, say, int A is equal to, say, 56. And if you want to print it in octal, simply use %O. And % will give you the normal decimal value that you are seeing. A. And if you print this, okay, I have two A's here. Let me reassign to it. See, 56 in hexadecimal is 38, 56 in octal is 70, and in decimal it is 56 itself. So %x gives you %x, %o, %d, all of them print integers, but in different bases. %x prints in hexadecimal, %o prints in octal, and %d in prints in decimal. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So simply all the others are same. So %d, for this you have seen %ld to print long integers, %ld to print integers, %x to print a long integer, and %llx to print long integer in hex. Okay. So as you can see, AZ address, this time the address has changed. Say, so let's take this H0 F8, right? Now see, there are a gap of exact 8 if you do the operation, right? C is 13, and among them there is the byte 9, A, byte B, right? And then this the A is at Cth byte, this is at 8th byte. So it is taking from 8th byte to B. So the variable B is taking 4 bytes of spaces, right? Variable B is taking 4 bytes of spaces, and that's obvious.
This is breaking, sir, very much.
Hello?
Sir, voice is breaking, sir, very much.
The screen is also lagging. Yes, the screen is lagging.
Okay, then do one thing. It's already 2:45 today. Let's do one thing. I'll take an extra class on Saturday. I'll have to take that. Okay. Bolo.
Sir, will the network be okay in the evening?
Or
today evening?
Today evening. I think evening. What timing? At 5 to 6.
Okay.
Are you free?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Today evening is okay, sir. Because Saturday many quizzes are there, sir. Like 6, 7 quizzes, sir.
Yes.
So many quizzes. So today 5 to 6 I'll take. Okay. So today 5 to 6 I'll take class.
Yes, sir.
Yes, the network is too slow here. Because I have written the message, is not even going there. Okay, so I'll end this discussion now. I'll start.
Can you take from 6 to 7, sir? Because max class is there.
हाँ.
It's
6 to 7. Okay, ठीक है. चलेंगे फिर.
okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
7. Welcome.
Can we leave, sir?
I'm stopping the sharing.